Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. I do videos on mom life, tips and tricks with baby, and overall lifestyle. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button down below so you can learn more about these videos and get notifications for them. So today's video is going to be about pumping and breastfeeding. I have a oversupply of milk and it's a blessing and a curse kind of at the same time. A little bit of my background with it is, so I exclusively pump. MJ and I just couldn't get breastfeeding down. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit lazy and wasn't really into it. And we just didn't, it wasn't something we mastered in the hospital. We tried for a few weeks and then ended up, MJ he took like a chunk out of one of my nipples and it was incredibly painful, and it actually made it so it was way too hard to breastfeed. So I exclusively pump. I pump about 50, or I've kind of slowed down a little bit, about 45 to 60 ounces a day, depending on the day. It can vary a little bit with if I power pump or work or how often I do it. It just kind of varies a little bit. I have been trying to slow down a little bit because I was pushing 60 plus for a little bit, and it's a lot to keep up with. It's a job in itself, kind of stressful, but so I've been trying to slow down, especially with being back at work. So I'm gonna kind of talk about what I do, what helps me, my day-to-day routine with it, how I increase my milk supply, and what I do to keep it up, kind of thing. So for starters, I do not use a Medela pump or Elastano or anything like that. I do use the Spectra, and it's the S2, so it's pink. The other one is blue. I love this. It's lightweight, it's little, has this nice little like handle on it, which is also a light, and I don't have it plugged in right now, but it is a light, so at night I can light it up, and it's not super bright, but it's like perfect, so I can still see in the middle of the night. It has one of the little massage buttons on it, so it like helps really get it going, and then you can turn it off and just do like a regular like suction, and it's gentle and it's amazing. I keep mine on the cycle like 54, which is like the strongest you could do, and I do use the level 11 out of 12. If you go up to 12, it's a little bit louder. This is super quiet, and it doesn't wake anybody up in the middle of the night when I do pump. So I love this. I love it. Such a good brand. I did a lot of research on him before I got mine and ordered it through insurance. My insurance did 100% cover my breast pump. I asked around a lot of people who've used like the Medela and the Spectra, and this one was better. People love this one because it is gentle and it's not as harsh as the Medela. So if I have to give you anything, get this pump. It's absolutely amazing. I bring it to work every day too, and it's heavy to carry everything, including the milk and stuff, but it's really lightweight and it's really easy to take places. Alrighty, so the only thing about the Spectra pump that I do not like is the fact that it's like the bottles they give you they're wide, so they don't go with everything. You can't put just like a Medela bottle in or like a regular bottle because they are wide. I have not even found a wide neck bottle that will fit. If you do want to be able to adapt, they do sell little adapters. This is like $7 or $8 off of Amazon that you just put right in, and you can put any of them in there. So this is my Dr. Brown's bottles because that's what we feed MJ. and it goes right in. So like when I go to work, this is what I bring to work, because I can bring several different bottles and I don't have to bring 6 because I don't have to like empty and then make sure these are clean. The only part about the Spectra that I don't like, so that's my supplies, kind of what I do, what I use for it. One of my favorite ways to keep up my supply is food. I love food. I love eating. I love baking. So I have found a recipe that I can make special lactation cookies, and they're so good. They're chocolate chip, and there's not even a lot of like stuff in it. So there is flaxseed and natural brewer's yeast, or natural yeast is what is called. You can find this stuff at like your local Kroger. I don't shop Safeway, so I'm assuming you can find it there. And I know you can find everything at Whole Foods. I found all of my stuff at it's King Soopers here, but it's our Kroger. So I make these little cookies. It's literally just a regular cookie, and you add in oatmeal, the flaxseed, and the brewer's yeast. You can crush up the flaxseed. I don't necessarily all the time. It's whatever. You can taste a difference. It's fine. One of the other things, so every morning in the morning for breakfast, I do eat oatmeal, and I use this oatmeal. It's just like the quick 1-minute oats. So you have to use the natural oats. Natural oats, not regular oat, like the packets of oatmeal don't give you what you need and the nutrients for being able to, that help production. These do. I like this because I can just put it in the microwave in the morning. It's really easy, really simple. And I like to do like blueberries and stuff with it, so it like gives it a little bit more flavor and healthiness. MJ tends to like it. So the natural yeast comes in like a Parmesan kind of cheese like shaker, and you can put it on everything, and we put it in stuff. We put it in waffles, even the flaxseed, just chop it up and you can put it in waffles, pancakes, put it in all the food, and it really actually does help lactation. And for me, it's done wonders. I think that's between the cookies and the oatmeal, that's something that has really helped me personally get to where I am now. Another thing is, so in the beginning, before I went back to work, when between like 2 and 3 months, I was really trying to build up my production, and I've learned power pumping. Power pumping helps a lot. Power pump for an hour a day for a week, and you will find you will get more. Also, something that, I mean, it sucks, but we're up anyways, is pumping in the middle of the night. I still pump in the middle of the night, even though he's 5 months old. I'm up anyways, so just do it. It really helps. It doesn't slow down anything. Seriously, you're up anyways. You just have to be like a little bit quiet, and it's fine. If you don't ever, because you have to pump in the middle of the night when they're really little, and if you just continue doing it and you get into the routine, it's totally fine. I pump now about every 4 hours at night. I will stretch it to 6, and I do actually use the big bottles. I don't know where I said it, because I will do like 7 ounces from my dominant breast, and it will overflow one of like the regular little bottles, and I got tired of being honestly leaked on, so I finally bought the adapters, and I use those in the middle of the night because it's the only way I can do it. I will pump between 10 and 15 ounces in the mornings. In the middle of the night, throughout the day, it kind of slows down, and I'll do 9, 8, but I do keep track. I'll either keep track in a planner or on my Glow Nurture app that I've had since I was pregnant, so it knows I'm postpartum and still pumping. Also the Glow Baby app, also you can keep track of like your pumping and breastfeeding on it as well, and it calculates it for you, so you don't have to like go through with a little calculator or anything at the end of the night and figure out what you did. It just does everything for you. And I do about 50 ounces a day, which is a lot, and it does hurt, honestly, once you get to like that 4-hour mark and it's ready. Like, you need to do it. Like, it relieves so much pressure and it feels so good, honestly, to have it gone. I am working on slowing down a little bit as MJ gets bigger and he's eating more food, so I don't have to like stress about it or work as hard on it as much anymore. Plus, the best part about pregnancy, postpartum, and breastfeeding is the hormone influxes. So while pumping, your hormones can kind of be a roller coaster, and I want to cry all the time because of my hormones, and I'm ready for it to like subside and my hair to stop falling out, which will be lovely. But I'll show you guys more of what I do and like how much and what I roughly do. It'll be more of like a vlog status, so it will be me throughout the day doing what I do, and that way you can see firsthand how it goes. Yeah. Okay, so this is about what I do in a couple of days. I need to make some bottles, so plus these two. So I know there is a faux pas about like shaking breast milk. We have not had an issue with it since you do leave it in your fridge. This is the difference. I pumped this guy earlier. This is actually what's left over because I had to make a bottle because we're actually out of bottles, which is why I have to just do this. This has been sitting in there in the fridge for about a day. And obviously, so like there's fore milk and there's high milk. And then the high milk is all like the fat and like the nutrition, stuff like that. So that's what this like is up here. And then this is like more of the watery substance. So you really do have to just give it a shake. And I mean, that's pretty bad, but you can still see it. So that'll be, it mixes it and then it turns into like this. So alrighty, so this is 12 bottles, full 8 ounces, and like 1.5 ounces left in this little guy. So, and that's all in about 2 days, and I've also pumped into 4 bottles between my midnight pumps and this morning. And I'm really happy I got all of this done right now because he is starting to wake up. Okay, so this is my recipe for my lactation cookies. It's very obviously used because it's got some water spots on it. But 1 cup of butter, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup firmly packed brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon baking soda, 1 tablespoon salt, 3 cups of oats, 1 cup chocolate chips, 2 to 4 tablespoons of brewer's yeast or natural yeast. I use 4 tablespoons because it gives you the best results. And pretty much all you'll do is combine the water and the flaxseed and let it sit while you put all your dry ingredients in. And then you put the flaxseed mixture and the brewer's yeast in there. And then you put in the oats and the chocolate chips last, like regular cookies. And then you preheat the oven at 350 and you bake it for 12 minutes. I'm at altitude, so I mean I do it for a little less, but I mean it's like a typical cookie, just like judge it on it. They give great results. I love this. Also, you eat like 3 cookies a day. I do 3 to 4 a day. I mean, you could do more, but I mean, then it's like cookies and you're eating your calories at the same time. The best thing to do if you want to like really add stuff is put the flaxseed and the brewer's yeast in other stuff with you. So you can use the brewer's yeast as Parmesan like stuff. It's just natural. It's also like a vegan thing. And then the flaxseed you could literally put in like your waffles. You could do anything with it, both ingredients. Okay, so one tip I forgot to mention earlier is to drink water. This is a 32 ounce Nalgene and I drink about 3 to 4 of these a day, which actually equates to about almost a gallon to a gallon of water a day. I also love water. I don't drink soda or anything like that. Water and coffee is pretty much my only go-tos. So I did just finish pumping. It's my 4th time today. I got 9 ounces. Yep, 5.5 and 3.5. That's 9. So I always, since I just did bottles and I haven't washed my storage containers yet, so I scrub them and then put them in the dishwasher to sanitize them. They're all dishwasher safe. I freeze. These are just a Target Up and Up brand that I love so much. It's always satisfying to like fill up the bag. There's just like a little bit missing. One thing about breastfeeding and pumping that I learned really early is that it makes you really thirsty and really hungry. So I always squeeze the air out of it and then I freeze it initially on its side so it's like smaller, and then once it's like frozen I'll stand it up. I have like a little shoe box in my fridge that I keep them in, and then I have a deep freezer in my garage and I will bring it out once it's done. I live in an apartment and my garage is a little farther away, so I don't do it as often. So there's still about 3 ounces in here. So I just put in these little metallic guys that I've had since I started pumping, back when I could barely fill up one of these when he was really little and it was mostly colostrum. Awesome guys, I hope you learned something from this video and my routine for pumping and what I do and how I pump so much. Thanks, have a great day.